Lena sat at the edge of the cafe table, her hands wrapped around a lukewarm cup of chamomile tea. Across from her, Jake talked animatedly about his latest project at work, unaware that she hadn't spoken for almost 10 minutes. And then I told Martin that if he wanted it done by Friday, he better find another team to micromanage. I mean, I've been generous, haven't I? Lena nodded, offering a half-smile. Generous. That was the word he always used, for the favors, the compromises, the sacrifices he claimed to make. Yet every conversation turned back to him, his work, his day. If she tried to speak up, it was either dismissed as not that serious or turned into another anecdote about Jake's own, more dramatic experience. A soft beep vibrated her phone, her sister, again. Probably checking in. Lena ignored it. She didn't want Jake asking who it was and implying, once again, that her family didn't respect their space. As the waitress refilled Jake's coffee, Lena's gaze drifted toward the window. Outside, two teenagers were laughing, tossing a scarf between them like a game. Light-hearted. Free. She envied that, being seen, being safe enough to be silly. She couldn't remember the last time she'd laughed without checking Jake's expression first. She had lost count of the small changes she'd made over the last year. Stopped wearing red lipstick, Jake said it looked too loud. Switched from yoga on Saturdays to hiking with him, even though her knees ached, because real exercise happens on trails. She'd even quit her weekend book club when Jake said she was too intellectual for their tastes. At first, she thought love meant compromise. But this wasn't compromise, it was slow erosion. 3 days later, Lena sat on her balcony, bundled in a sweater, her journal open on her lap. She was writing a letter she didn't plan to send. Dear Jake. I've been shrinking. Not physically, of course. I still eat, sleep, walk, talk. But something inside me has gone quiet. I used to have edges, ideas, opinions, preferences. Now, I measure everything I say, just to avoid the sighs, the eye rolls, the quiet punishment that follows disagreement. It's not just about love. Love is not a leash. I want to be with someone who cherishes my autonomy as much as my affection. I need space, not because I want to pull away, but because I want to return to myself. Boundaries aren't walls. They're doors with locks, so we can choose who to let in and how. Without them, I feel invaded, erased. I'm not writing this to blame you. I'm writing this to remember who I am. She closed the journal, feeling the faintest sense of clarity stir within her. The next evening, Lena met her best friend, Mariah, at a small pottery studio on the edge of town. It was an old plan they had shelved months ago. For the first time in weeks, Lena didn't check her phone. As she pressed her fingers into the cool clay, Lena laughed, an unguarded, belly-deep sound that startled even her. Mariah looked up, beaming. I missed that laugh, she said. Lena looked down at her half-formed bowl, uneven and wobbly. Imperfect. Just like her boundaries. But real. Shaping them would take time. Still, she was here, hands dirty, heart lighter. That night, as Jake called her phone and it buzzed once, twice, and then stopped, she didn't pick up. Instead, she placed her phone face down and curled up with a book. It wasn't an act of rebellion. It was an act of remembering. 2 weeks later. Jake sat across from her in the same cafe. He looked annoyed. So this is it? You're just done? Lena stirred her tea gently. I'm not angry, Jake. I'm just choosing something different. I've given you everything. She met his eyes. You've given me what you wanted to give. But you never asked what I needed. And when I tried to tell you, I was made to feel guilty for wanting space, for wanting to feel like my own person in a relationship. He scoffed. So this is about boundaries now? What, did you read some self-help book? No, she said quietly. I wrote one. To myself. Jake stared at her, confused. Lena stood. The same chamomile tea untouched. This time, she walked away first. 3 months later. Lena's apartment looked different, plants on the windowsill, a bulletin board filled with event flyers and notes in her handwriting, red lipstick on the bathroom counter. Mariah knocked and entered, holding a bottle of wine. To choices, Mariah said, raising her glass. To boundaries, Lena replied. Not the kind that keep people out, but the kind that keep you whole. They clinked glasses. And somewhere inside, Lena knew, she hadn't lost herself. She had reclaimed her.
Healthy boundaries are not selfish, they are essential. In relationships, love without respect for autonomy becomes control. You are allowed to say no, to protect your energy, to carve out space for what you need.